welcome back. Time to talk politics. Nancy MacDonald, associate editor for Maclean's magazine, joining us once again. Countdown is on. 2 weeks today. Hopefully we will know the official results from this federal election, and one of the big issues that's come out is TPP. This partnership, the TransPacific Partnership, tell us about how this impacts and could influence the vote.
Well, I mean, for starters, I think in 1988, free trade was a huge, huge issue. I don't think TPP is going to invigorate people the way that did, but I think, okay, so for Harper, it's a big win, obviously. It allows him to refocus on the economy, which is his strong point. It also allows the Conservatives to move away from those divisive social issues. I think last week they came pretty close to overplaying their hand with the ban on the niqab and the announcement about the tip line, again, for, you know, you can phone in your neighbors if they're practicing so-called barbaric practices. I think polls are now showing that that's not the big win that we once thought it was, and there's also a risk there. We've seen a couple attacks on Muslim women wearing niqabs, and, you know, minor things, they weren't hurt, but you know, when you stir the pot in that way, there is a risk, and so I think refocusing on the economy is big for them.
With the countdown on, as Riaz said, we're 2 weeks away from hopefully knowing the result. But there are still so many undecided voters. We keep having this conversation, but now people are really pushing towards strategic voting. What are we seeing? Like, there's strategic voting websites now.
Absolutely. I think strategic voting, there are three concerns I have with strategic voting. It assumes that voters are rational, so they're not going to vote in the party they've always voted for, that they're informed, and that the polling we can get on a riding-by-riding basis is good. And pollsters are saying that in this era of cell phones, of people moving around all the time, that's just not the case, that we can't get great polling data.
And with some of the data out there, I mean, social media has been such a great device for all of the parties across the board. We've seen it used throughout the debates, but also seen it used to relay information. And yesterday, with the Liberal Party coming out, first ever political campaign to release its entire platform on Facebook Live. How do you think this has been managed, social media, and will this engage the youth vote in this election? I
think we've been behind the United States in the parties kind of cluing into the importance of social media, and I think this election is different. I can't look at Facebook without seeing an ad, and interesting ads, you know, where you're interactive ads where you're asked to, you know, click on decide a point, or where you watch a clip from the news. So I think they're actually they're, you know, figuring out that social media game, and it's a huge role. It's playing a huge role in this campaign.
And we saw Maclean's debate obviously had 4 of the 5 leaders. Gilles Duceppe was not there, but Elizabeth May was, and then Elizabeth May being left out of a number of the other debates. She did utilize Twitter in a way that's never been seen before.
Yeah. So during that debate where she was left out, she was live tweeting her own responses, which was super strong. It was very effective for her.
And again, reaching a youth vote, and we're seeing polls open now at UBC and SFU and BCIT and University of Victoria.
Yeah, and I just got my voter registration card in the mail.
What do you do if you don't? Because I didn't get mine. Brian got his and I didn't get mine.
Bring 2 pieces of ID and show up at the polling station.
And you have to go to a specific polling station, unlike a provincial election where you can go to any polling station.
So with the information that's coming out, I mean, we need to start making decisions, but as we go into this vote, what happens if we run into a minority government? What would essentially change from what we've been used to for the last 4 years?
So pollsters are telling us that a minority government is very likely, and we've got 98% odds right now of getting a minority government. Thomas Mulcair has come out very strong. He said there's not a snowball's chance in hell that he'll support a Stephen Harper government. The Liberal leader has been just as strong. So it seems unlikely that if a Conservative minority government is elected, that it's going to have lasting power, that it's going to stay around very long.
And in terms of information that can roll out, you know, when we talk about getting the vote in, what do you think we're going to see in the next 14 days for platforms and for just messaging?
The phony stage of this campaign is long over. We're in the party leaders are using live ammo. It's the blitzkrieg stage. I think you're going to be hit on social media. Every time you turn on the TV or radio, hockey's back on, so people are going to be seeing ads again and again and again. And I don't think, there are some people out there that think the Conservatives are going to continue hitting the their social values platform. I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to come out strong on the economy. We hear that Canadians vote for pocketbook issues, and so I think each party is going to refocus on the economy. The Liberals have a very different economic platform. They're going to spend big on infrastructure projects. They're going to run deficits, so they're going to start talking up their economic platform.
All right, well, we're going to need to check in with you on Tuesday to get that 1 week out vibe. So we'll see you here on the BT Couch. Nancy MacDonald, the associate editor of Maclean's magazine. You got to pick up a copy or get it on next issue.